Are we supposed to be rebranded? We are part of the global society. With your phone today, you know what is happening in America. And you think they are in Canada, they don't know what is happening here? Of course they know. They know that when they borrow us money, we steal the money.
My correct people them no be small thing o. Hey. Make una come hear matter wey dey ground. Una see this political terrorism wey dey happen for our country so. They be the thing say na joke. Now outside world, Canada and other countries, they don dey tag am as an organization already. Hey God. No be small thing o. According to this speaker, he said something. He say he just pray make this whole thing, make this rain reach everybody domot one day. Because at this point, everybody eyes don't open. We all can see. Now who go come fight am for us now we never know. Make una come, make we gather listen to this one together. I still remain your humble girl, Rējēctēd. I mean they bring una latest. Make we hear am, guys.
Are we supposed to be rebranded? We are part of the global society. With your phone today, you know what is happening in America. And you think they are in Canada, they don't know what is happening here? Of course they know. They know that when they borrow us money, we steal the money. Look at what Falana said. We've seen situations where people go and vote. And they beat them. We've seen situations in the last election in Lagos. Thugs come and they threaten you not to vote here. What else is terrorism?
But you don't have that right to call a political party a terrorist.
Oh, I'm coming. Of course they do. Because if you look at these two political parties, from 1999 till today, we are saying, are we not part of the global signatories of, I mean, we're a sovereign nation, but of course, whatever happens in Nigeria, we sign some kind of agreement to be part of the global society. So why are we removing ourselves when it gets to this level? Look at what has happened since 1999. Look at terrorism. It has continued to build. Before, when we hear say they kidnap person, small time, it called the Kaduna Express, it called the Kogi Express. Now, go inside house. And now we have politicians, and we think the Canada government does not know that our politicians can curtail all of this. They know that these things are being sponsored by politicians. And who are the politicians? They are either in PDP or they are APC. Why are we trying to cover all of these things? And later we go they talk. I pray, make this way for everybody domot.
It's a very big shame to we as a citizen of this country. The way they don't read the cause, the way our leader don't read the cause. Very soon they naked us for airport. Because these terrorists label where they place on PDP and APC, you tell that they go suffer. Now me and you go suffer. If we are not careful, it will extend to our children. Now, these people they call terrorists, now they carry electoral reform, go meet, say make it sign. Terrorists, you know people they call terrorists. Terrorists, they don't get human feeling. They don't send anybody. So it's our time. We put it upon ourselves. Take it upon ourselves. These leaders that is pushing this thing to us, that is dragging us to the mud, it is our time. We make them to understand that they need to leave this power. Because the power they are using it to destroy us as a citizen of this country. If you don't know, you better know. So it is our time. Out of 200 million citizens, about 100 and something people controlling us, and with other hands we are watching these people to destroy our future. Now we are now a terrorist country. Abi, our children now, they will stand up being that. Or when you get to the airport, go and tell them that I don't be PDP, I be honorary Nigeria, I'm not a politician, so I'm not a terrorist. Who get that time with you? They have marked it. They have marked it. Whether small, big, or old, that is the eye. They'll start looking with you. They'll take that eye, they look us. Now that eye, they'll look us. Say, Nigeria, when you talk of fraud, Nigeria is there. Now they are now terrorists. They say don't play with them, they are terrorists. It is better we fight for these things now or never. When you talk, Nigeria will say, don't worry. When we start, the whole world go hear. Now, no worry. Now, our papa, they thought that when we small. Don't say, my son, don't worry. We they watch them. By the time we go start, the whole world go hear. How long we go start when the whole world go hear? Now we they hear. So it's not to riot. It's not to fight the government. May we just sit down our own. May we they watch them. May we see how they go fit take off this country themselves without you and I, without the strength of you and I. Anybody that fight a fight will always fight a good fight. Tinubu fight this fight for 20 years as an ambition to become a president. Today he succeed. So that is just the truth. So that is it. So we must fight and fight a good fight.
Our country is passing through a very difficult phase. This used to be a great country. Today, our country is classified among the failing countries of the world. We are now among 10 of the failing countries of the world. We're now classified as one of the most terrorized countries in the world. In fact, we are number 3 or number 4 after Afghanistan, Yemen. You know, and the way it's going, we might soon overtake them. We are the world capital of poverty. Even before the COVID, Nigeria, a country of 200 million, had more people living in poverty than the 2 biggest countries of the world combined, China and India. That is about 2.8 billion. For 200 million, we have more people living in poverty than 2 of them combined before COVID. So you can imagine what it is after COVID. We have one of the highest unemployment rates in the world today. At 33%, which is the unemployment. By the time you combine the underemployment, we're about 55. And worse still, we have about 60% of these are the young ones who are the greatest assets of production and in their productive age, doing nothing. Out of school children, you're the highest in the world. Over 15 million. Forget about what anybody is telling you. Infant mortality today, we've just overtaken India, which they thought will overtake them in 5 years, and just overtaken them. In a stress level, we are now 148 over 152. Nigerians are stressed. Competitiveness, we're going down. Of course, you've seen perception, corruption, we're going down. You can go on, the list is endless. The hunger list now, we're number 98 out of 105. Nigerians have been classified as a country now where people spend over 100% of their wage, salary on feeding. Like, you can't, and it's getting worse. And anybody who thinks it's going to get better, forget it. This is cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. Because we're choosing not to do the right thing. And people will tell you, when I was talking about somebody who is granting loan and everything. There's nothing wrong with loan. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm a businessman. I'm a trader. That is my background. You live with loan. Loan is what has made nations. Every nation in the world is owing. Even Norway, that have the highest sovereign wealth fund of 1.4 trillion, is owing over 50% of their GDP in debt. So there's nothing wrong with loan. It's what you throw the loan at, what you use the loan, that makes all the difference. And I'll show you countries that have borrowed. But we have a crisis that because we're throwing away the money we're borrowing, it's not getting to a stage where we can't even service the loan. You approve it, you know the budget and everything. Last year alone in 2021, in the first 5 months of last year, as a nation we earned 1.1 trillion 847 billion naira. We used 1 trillion 802 to service debts, remaining 45 billion for a nation of 200 million people. In a short while, we will not be using 98% of our revenue to service debt. We will need to borrow, which is what we are doing now, to service debt. And you're not generating revenue. And you often hear government people say, we don't have a borrowing problem. We have a revenue problem. You can't generate revenue when your people are poor. You're not going to tax poor people who are in the village doing nothing. Revenue is a function of productivity. The country is not productive, so you can't generate money. For me, my appeal is that we're 2023 is not about making the next person president or anything. It is about all of us fighting for our future. You're on top of the ladder. If this country collapses today, it will affect you more than it will affect those who will think that I belong. And it's collapsing. None of you can live here and go anywhere and be street sweepers. You can't. So we need to defend it. We need to do it. It happened to other nations. Other nations have removed their country from consumption to production. It's happened everywhere. Pulling people out of poverty has happened everywhere. I've been to at least over 30 countries that have put their people out of poverty. I just came back from Morocco, and I told Okubi an interesting news this evening. I said, let me tell you, here people spend dollar. But I went to Morocco. I came back on Friday. I bought BTA. They put it in my card, and I got to Morocco and said I want $1 cash for. They said no, you use our currency. I was just telling him, no other country does that. Where you spend another person's country in your own country, that shows the erosion of trust of your own economy. And I was telling him, say you can't do it. I've been going to China, I've been everywhere. This country was a signatory to MDG in year 2000. China was a signatory to MDG. In 15 years, they put 435 million people out of poverty. China in 1990 had 95% of their population living under poverty. Today they have less than 2%. So is Vietnam. They had about 90-something% living in poverty. Today they have 1.6. So is Bangladesh. They're going down. We talked about loan. Approve the loan. But what is the loan being used for? I was in Bangladesh in 2010. And I studied what they used to borrow money and everything. Bangladesh, as 2010, had a debt. The economy then was $115 billion with a debt of $45 billion, which is 36% of their debt. Their per capita was just about 708, so about $700 in 2010. As at that time, Nigerian GDP was 375. Our per capita was $2,250. And our debt then was under $8 billion. Today, we were owing about the same thing. Today, our debts have moved. So in the past 10 years, we lost 10% of our per capita, and we borrowed about 7 to 10 times the amount we were owing then. So something is wrong. We threw away the money. It wasn't invested. It's not productive. It didn't help anybody. Bangladesh today have moved a GDP of $335 billion with a per capita of $2,050. So they have moved 3 times their per capita. It's getting better. They're pulling people out of poverty. Go and check what they've been able to do over these years. And that's what I'm just pleading with you. Can we build a better Nigeria? It's not about politics. It's not about who becomes president or who becomes governor, who becomes this. We can make this country better. It can work. I'm a private businessman. You can check my background as a trader. I've been in the corporate world. I've been a chairman and director of several quoted companies in Nigeria. I've been a governor. And I can tell you, I've managed resources. And I know that this country, if properly managed, can turn around in 10 years and be on the path of growth. It's a great country. It has all it takes. All we need is to invest our resources in the right places, cut the cost and waste that is all over the place.
How I wish my brother Douglas Egareva know say APC and PDP not get any good reputation in the Western world if I no use and take chop Aduro for Canada. He was thinking, say if he talk say he run away from Nigeria because he's been chased around because of his political affiliation, that he will be granted asylum political for Canada. But unfortunately, the Canada government said both APC and PDP are terrorist organizations, including its members. Anybody that can be able to prove that he was a member of APC and PDP is also tagged as a terrorist, because once you are a member of a terrorist organization, you automatically become a terrorist. That was how his asylum political that he has been seeking since 2017 was declared not valid. In fact, they cancelled him. Say, in fact, he's now facing deportation or he has to appeal again from a higher court, and I don't think there's any other higher court that is more than this, because now even the immigration people now he carry Douglas Egareva go court, say he doesn't deserve to have asylum political because of his political affiliation in Nigeria. He was a member of the PDP from 1999 to 2007. That is a lot of years, almost that is 8 good years. And also he left PDP in 2007 and joined the APC from 2007 to 2017 before he now moved to Canada September 2017. Then when he reached Canada, he now went for asylum political, declaring himself as a once member of a political group in Nigeria, APC and PDP, that he flee away from Nigeria because he was being chased after. He was thinking that will help him to get the asylum political. But according to the Federal High Court of Canada, they said the Federal High Court of Canada has upheld a ruling declaring both the People's Democratic Party, which is PDP, and All Progressive Party, which is APC, to be engaged in conduct amounting to terrorism and subversion of democratic institutions. Remember the list, the judgment delivered on the 17th of June 2025 by Justice Pyong Ngo dismissed the asylum application of Douglas Egareva. Egareva, Benin brother be not the mumu like this. How come you not realize say these two political parties, they don't give us bad name worldwide. In fact, worldwide, you understand? So it is not valid anywhere. They are not political party that can be recognized with. If you just said now that you are not a member of any political party, but they are after you, you will have been granted this asylum. But you measuring APC and PDP, you, the two most dangerous party in Nigeria, got the measure and say you belong to one for good 8 years, and you belong to the other one for a lot of years, meaning you are part of the people that are oppressing the people in Nigeria. That is the more reason they denied your asylum political. They went ahead to say a Nigerian national, okay, and admitted PDP member on the ground that his party membership alone was sufficient to make him inadmissible to Canada under paragraph 34(1)(f) of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. Okay, that was what it was taking. The court endorsed the Immigration Appeal Division, that is Immigration Appeal Divisions, IAD, details findings that both, meaning that this Immigration Division Appeal, now he carry Egareva go court, so they not go give them documents because they dictate that both the PDP and the APC have engaged in political violence, voters intimidation, bylaw stuffing, and even murder to gain and maintain power, according to court documents obtained by People's Gazette. Okay, the PDP and APC are Nigeria's two dominant political parties, quoting directly from IAD's reasoning. Justice Ngo noted the conduct of individuals who are members of the PDP, which includes violence, murder, ballot stuffing, ballot box snatching, intimidation of voters, and other unlawful acts, is too widespread and persistent over too great a period of time to dissociate the leadership of the party from their action. What they are trying to say is that this our brother was in this party for a very long time, and these are two political parties that are known for snatching ballot paper, for snatching, for intimidating voters, and also unlawful acts, for also sniffing and snatching ballot boxes. In fact, everything that has been happening in Nigeria is what they use to describe this our brother as part of it, because he's a member, not just a member, but a member for a very long time. For the two political parties, he was a member in one for good 8 years. He was a member in the other one for good 10 years. So how do you expect now that you are coming to seek asylum when you people are distract the people from voting and making their decision in the ballot boxes? Do you see how Nigeria just finished us worldwide? Do you see how our politicians just finished our reputation worldwide? Okay, they went ahead to say the court further upheld the IAD's conclusion, which is the Immigration Authority decision, concludes that both parties' actions fit the definition of terrorism, which is APC and PDP under Canadian law, okay, stating that the violence was designed to intimidate the public or a segment of public for a political objective. You see, he said, while acknowledging that both parties, APC and PDP, have engaged in unlawful practices, the IAD had found that the PDP committed the majority of the acts and benefited most from them, especially during its 16 years in power. Do you see that? Although other parties have committed unlawful acts to further their political goals, the PDP committed the majority of the acts and benefited from them more than other parties, the ruling recounts. Do you see that? That my brother just went there to declare himself as a PDP, as APC. He don't know, say those two parties, he don't cast. I don't feel laugh. My brother, no, say these two parties don't cast. Oh, they don't use the job Maduro again. They don't cast already, but they don't cast. You say you are a member for that long. You were a member in PDP for 8 years. You were also a member of APC for good 10 years. So you are automatically part of the criminal activities that was going on in Nigeria, like a pilot boat snatching, like intimidation of voting, like murder during campaign. A lot of things that the court named out that disqualified them to give my brother Egareva Douglas the asylum political. They said no, and he has been seeking for this asylum since 2017. Imagine how many years he has been there. This was the last case that was charged on the 17th of June 2025, but they denied him in the asylum. It is possible he can be deported back, or if he has a good lawyer, he can seek for appeal. But you see the way these people have disgraced of nation. They have disgraced us. We don't have respect anywhere. We don't have respect anywhere. I'm telling you. But when they pay me pass, we say those politicians, why is the European nation, why is the Western world not doing anything to give them, not to ban them from coming to Europe for medical treatment or whatever they do their treatment for Nigeria? We don't know where Akpabio, my friend. Where is my friend Akpabio? We don't know where it is. Which hospital they say that we don't know. We cannot even confirm because it's not in Nigeria. Sorry for my brother Egareva. You made a big mistake for telling the Canadian authorities that you were a member of APC for that long and also a member of PDP for that long. Imagine that they know these two parties to be a terrorist. They have declared them a terrorist group. But if Tinubu carry money go give them tomorrow, say you want to buy ammunition, you want to do business with them, they go agree. Why they not name Tinubu terrorists? Why they not name the people on top terrorists? They say both the members, the leaders, all of them, they are terrorist organizations. So there is no need for you claiming you are APC. This one a big lesson to anybody where to say maybe go up, go the claim saying be PDP, be APC. They don't cast, they don't get good reputation. Both APC and PDP, no one gets good reputation outside Nigeria. Even for common African countries, they don't get good reputation. There is no need for you accepting or claiming that kind of political party when you are declaring an asylum political for yourself. You think that because of that, I mean, they will say you are even part of them. That is what happened to this, my brother Egareva. You should go and look for a better lawyer and just cancel that APC and PDP this thing. Maybe just remove them because those ones, they don't cast.
To brand our two main political parties in Nigeria as terrorist organizations, they are undermining our sovereignty. Just see what happened with the issue of Chief of Defense Staff. He was invited for a military event and he was denied visa. So in this, it's way overreaching. It's way overreaching. Actually, I think our foreign ministries should do better. We need to start working on rebuilding the image of Nigeria because our image is totally very bad abroad. You see, a lot of countries are reviewing their visa policies because of us, and it's affecting even legitimate hard-working Nigerians. You see, a lot of Nigerians abroad as people that are working very hard. They contribute to world economy actually, but the image, a lot of bad eggs have portrayed Nigeria. It's very damning. So I think our foreign ministry should work harder on rebuilding the image of Nigeria. Okay, thank you.
Nigerians talk. they should not put mouth in your matter, but you can go and borrow money from them. Are we okay at all? Sometimes I just come here and I will say I will not talk. Let me just, and people will just say something, will just scatter my head. They should not put mouth in your matter. Our foreign ministry should go and rebrand Nigeria. Are they supposed to rebrand Nigeria? Why are they rebranding us? Can't we live right? Why are they rebranding us? Are we supposed to be rebranded? We are part of the global society. With your phone today, you know what is happening in America. And you think they are in Canada, they don't know what is happening here? Of course they know. They know that when they borrow us money, we steal the money. Look at what Falana said. What is terrorism? He stated it clearly here. He said the use of force. Let me look at it. Okay. The use of force, intimidation, violence, coherence, tactics during politics, ideology, motivation. We've seen situations where people go and vote and they beat them. We've seen situations in the last election in Lagos. Thugs come and they threaten you not to vote here. What else is terrorism?
But do they have that right to call a political party a terrorist?
Oh, I'm coming. Of course they do. Because if you look at these two political parties, from 1999 till today, we are saying, are we not part of the global signatories of, I mean, we're a sovereign nation, but of course, whatever happens in Nigeria, we sign some kind of agreement to be part of the global society. So why are we removing ourselves when it gets to this level? Look at what has happened since 1999. Look at terrorism. It has continued to build. Before, when we hear say they kidnap person, small time, it called the Kaduna Express, it called the Kogi Express. Now, we go inside house. And now we have politicians, and we think the Canada government does not know that our politicians can curtail all of this. They know that these things are being sponsored by politicians. And who are the politicians? They are either in PDP or they are APC. Why are we trying to cover all of these things? And later we go they talk. I pray, make this way for everybody the motto.
Thank you.
People are answering off the question. We don't deny the fact that these political parties do things that tallies with being a terrorist group. But your question is it right or wrong for Canada to tackle? It is wrong. We are an independent nation. We are a sovereign nation. I'm not saying the two major political parties we have, yes, they act like terrorists, but that doesn't give Canada. We've never borrowed money from Canada. That doesn't give them the right to tag us and this the terrorism. It makes sense now. Let's be true. It doesn't make sense. Why do people do it?
Speaking and we are being emotional. Logical over emotion. Irrespective of, like I said earlier, irrespective of how terrible these people are, let us be more logical than emotional. Right? When we speak about colonization is not just what we experienced earlier in the past. Colonization still continue. And anytime you allow external people to determine the affairs of your nation, or you allow external influence in the affairs of your nation, you are encouraging colonialism. What is wrong with us in Africa fighting for ourselves, or what is wrong with Nigerian citizens standing up to this political party? Are they not among us? So why are we saying that somebody from Canada has to come here and call all the political parties in Nigeria terrorists? Assuming you are part of this political party and you are a same member of the party, you have mouth in the party, will you be happy if you are pronounced a terrorist?
So did you go for the SARS protest?
The what? Yes, I was there.
You were there?
I was there in Abuja. I was there in Lagos. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. One question.
Hello.
Right.
I think it's wrong for a Canadian court to call Nigerian political party terrorists.
Okay.
First of all, let's go back to when the word terrorism is being used in international politics. It started in I think 2001 after the 9/11 bomb blast.
Okay.
So now, for a Canadian court with no international jurisdiction to call a political party in Nigeria, if it was an international court that made this declaration now, they have the power.
Okay.
But just like now, a Supreme Court in Nigeria now saying Canadian government like branding them as terrorism. Then let's also look at the word terrorism, right? In international politics, there are some words you use that is not just the dictionary meaning that you look into. You look at how it's being used to like how identify the whole thing. Like now, when American declare ISIS and Taliban terrorists, you understood what it entails entirely. So now, APC and PDP now are terrorist this organization. Like it's totally wrong for them.
Thank you.
We're going to define terrorists, right? So we're going to a terrorist is a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. That's what the dictionary defines a terrorist as. If we're going to look at our politicians in both parties, do they or do they not exhibit this trait? Thank you very much. And then if you're saying that they're not supposed to add their mouth into Nigerian issues, when everything was going on in Ukraine, or let's even use Gaza as an example, we had opinions, we had different things to say. So why is it when the courts in Canada are calling our political parties terrorists, why do we have a problem with that now? And from the things that they have done over the past years, we can see that these people are not only terrorists, they're oppressors. But then you're saying that we're not supposed to use emotions to judge what we're saying. Your emotions have clouded your this thing. You want the whole idea of black people are suppressed by the whites to cloud the fact that these people actually have a point and they're saying the right thing. They have the right to say what they say. They said what they said and they did not lie about it. Thank you very much.
You said something about Canada not having the right or something. You say something about Nigeria. Why do we go as Nigerians, our government, go to seek validation from foreigners and then we complain when they give us that same, when they deny us that same validation we are seeking? Do you know how many Nigerians are applying to go to Canada every year? And you think the Canadians don't have, what they are saying is, if you look at it, you said, someone said something about how it's affecting visa procedures and all that. You have the right to protect your country. If you feel like people are coming to, if, for example, now people are coming to Nigeria from Afghanistan, the Nigerian government, I think they will feel they have the right to say something about them because we know that it's controlled by the Taliban states, right? And then my brother here also mentioned something about colonialism. I think it's high time we stop using that as an excuse in Africa. We have to start being accountable for ourselves. When the British left Nigeria in 1960, they handed the power to us, but we inherited the colonialism mindset and imposed it on our people too, as well. So whatever it is that we're doing, I think we should stop taking that colonialism. And something happened in 1983. When Thomas Sankara at OAU, Thomas Sankara and some other people, they proposed that, you see, the Africans should break out from this foreign hold. But after they left that meeting, almost 70% of other leaders that were there went back to their puppet masters, and then they dissolved the whole thing. And today you see these people that we've been running to for decades, they should not have, of course, if they say any nonsense about us, we give them every right.
At this point, no any youth we go open mouth now say you don't know wetin dey happen for our political section. And wetin the outside world then talk so far, if una check am well, e go be say truth dey am, because how APC and PDP come turn to wetin dem turn to today, na im be wetin we see dey try to wonder like Wonderland. Say all of a sudden they don't come turn to, according to the outside world, say they don't turn to an organization of terrorism. It is well, my people, wetin una get to chook mouth put on top of this matter wey dey ground. Make una come make we interact, do well to give the video a massive thumbs up, help us share, like for more like minds and more recommendations. See you guys in my next upload. Bye for now.